Hey everybody! I'm wearing my fun makeup headband today because I just felt like it. I actually had kind of forgotten that I had it. I had it tucked here underneath my desk. But we are here today to talk about Makeup Geek, and this is a brand that for me I feel like it's fallen off the radar a little bit. I just haven't been really good about keeping on top of the new launches and whatever's been going on. But I asked a question recently on Twitter. I said, what beauty YouTuber created products are you interested in seeing me try? And someone said, you know, I haven't heard a lot about Makeup Geek lately. And so I went on her website and I picked up some things. Now I'd heard rumblings that Makeup Geek was coming to Target, but I didn't know that that was happening anytime soon. Then I came across a tweet from Marlena saying that Makeup Geek was going to be in Target stores in 10 days, but if you want to get a jump start on things, she had a link. And so went to the link and realized, oh my gosh, it's already happening. There's a selection of Makeup Geek products at Target, which is, I think, huge for this brand to be able to have that kind of exposure, you know? And by the way, I have a really painful canker sore on the left side of my tongue, so... There's really just a small-ish selection, I would say, of her products available there. There are bronzers, highlighters, a couple of eyeshadow quads, and a couple kinds of lip products. So I just sort of sampled that, and then I also have the things that I got off of her website as well. But I want to put the main like try-on focus in this video on the things that I got from Target, because this is me kind of like rediscovering Makeup Geek here, and maybe exposing it to some of you who haven't really tried the brand too much. So what's on my face now is foundation, concealer, and powder. Also have my brows done so I can jump right in with the next logical product that I might use, and that is bronzer. And I mentioned this product actually, I think it was in my last video, the medium skin bronzer in Tawny. This is available at Target, and I am so into this bronzer. It's so good. It's a really great depth, a great tone, and so nicely pigmented as well. The compacts are really nice also. You've got that mirror there, a nice almost gunmetal look to the top of the packaging. Maybe my memory's failing me here, but I felt like when Makeup Geek first started, like the products were a little bit more in the low cost price range, and as I'm looking through the cost of everything at Target, you know, the eyeshadow quad is going to be $21, about $19 for the highlight, $21 for the bronzer, and the lip products are like $13.99 and $11.99. I don't have a problem with it really, because I feel like maybe that's what's necessary to create better formulas and make improvements, and I don't know, do whatever you have to do. But I think that's just something to be aware of going in, like just because you're buying this stuff at Target, it's not going to be like a $7.99 bronzer, just so you know. But I'm going to apply this bronzer. I'm using my e.l.f. complexion brush, which I love for bronzers, and you'll see you really don't have to work hard with this thing. It's deep enough to show, you don't find yourself building and building and building, but yet the tone seems very natural for me and my skin tone. I have truly not stopped using this bronzer since I got it, which I think is saying something because I got a drawer full of bronzers, but there's something I think just really special about that tone. I love it. It's like a soft cheek contour. And then sometimes with bronzers, I'll just like lightly pick it up on the brush and then dust it, you know, where the sun's actually going to hit, like tops of the cheeks, across the nose. It can be used both as a classic bronzer or to contour with, in my opinion. Now, I'm gonna need to cut to something that I got from the actual Makeup Geek website. This is not available in Target, but I have tried some Makeup Geek blushes. That's probably the thing from her brand that's worked its way into my makeup routine most often here and there. But I saw that she has this Flawlessly Ever After Bronze Baroness face palette. So there is a bronzer in here, also a couple of blushes and a highlighter, and I think I'll just use this blush today. I was playing with it the other day and I was like, wow, that shows up more on my cheeks, more like kind of pinky rose on my cheeks than I would have expected. You know, it's a soft blush, it's matte, but it's definitely there. I think this is the shade called French Kiss. Now, just a little bronzer comparison here. This is the bronzer in the compact, and this is the Tawny bronzer that I got from Target. And at least in person, the Tawny bronzer appears a lot more golden and lighter than this one. But let me also swatch the face products here. There's a highlight that kind of is golden. There's a corally blush, and then this cooler, like light dusty mauve blush that I just used. So those are the other three elements there in that compact. It seems like a nice compact, but I just haven't played with it as much much as my stuff that I got from Target so far. Now the next thing that I got, this was from Target, it's the highlighter, and I have it in the color called Starlight. And from what I can tell, this particular highlight on its own is not available on Makeup Geek's website, but I think it was part of the Kathleen Lights highlighter palette that came out with Makeup Geek a while back. And this is absolutely stunning. You glance at it and you kind of think, what am I going to expect to see on my cheeks out of that? Like, I do see maybe a little bit of a rosy tone, but it has the potential to just be super reflective. But I love how fine it is, how smooth the powder is. It's not chunky at all. There's no pieces, no texture of shimmer in this thing. It just gives that nice, really smooth glow. And it doesn't take a lot of product to get there. So I'm going to use this little $1 brush that I got from Shop Miss A, and I'll dab a little bit on my brush here, tap off the excess, and I just kind of like to sweep it down toward the top of the cheek and back. Oh, I just think it's so darn beautiful. Quality-wise on this, I mean, it feels like it's right up there with my Becca powder highlights, honestly. I'm not sure what tone this would be equivalent to because it seems a little lighter and brighter than Opal. But at the same time, at a glance, I kind of think Opal when I look at it in the compact. But I just adore that luminosity there. I think that is so, so beautiful on the cheeks, and I could see anybody, you know, getting an effect out of that for sure. Next product that I turned up on the Target website from Makeup Geek is the eyeshadow palette. Looks like they have two options. There's Wish and Dream. I got Wish, and what we have here is kind of like a cardboard style packaging. This is going to be $21.99, by the way, and the shades in here are I'm Peachless, Roulette, Cocoa Bear, and Dark Roast. And I seem to remember some of these names as being like original singles that have been part of the Makeup Geek line. But I thought this would just be fun to try. We've got a couple of shimmery shades, a couple of mattes, some nice richness going on here. So I think it gives us the potential to have a really nice natural look or something really dark and smoky. So I've already got my eye primer on, and I think I'm going to start with this shade right here called Cocoa Bear. So we've got a warm, deep brown, I'd call it. And this is my Instapop shade brush from Real Techniques. And I'm just gonna add that color in right here in the outer corner. If you saw my video on multitasking brushes, you know what's going on here, but I'm taking that little wedge shape and I'm sticking that right there in my crease and just using that to pull the color around and just shape it exactly how I want it coming out of the crease. And I am remembering now how great it is to work with Makeup Geek eyeshadows because they're so soft, they're richly pigmented, it doesn't take a lot of product, and all I'm doing here is taking this bare brush and kind of going over the edge a little bit there. And then I think I'll also use that just to grab some of that shade, which is called I'm Peachless, and take it up under the brow. And this color, I realized the other day when I was playing with this, I love this I'm Peachless shade going around the inner corner. It is a gorgeous inner corner highlight. It might be just coming across as beige here in the palette, but it's like a soft gold, but I swear maybe there's just a teeny bit of pink in there as well with the reflectivity of the shimmer. So I'm gonna pick some of that up on my Instapop crease brush here, the smaller of the two that come in that duo. The larger one was what I used in the crease. And I'm just dabbing this shade around the inner corner, and look how pretty that is. Like, it's not your classic just white or champagne color as in terms of being an inner corner highlight. It just glows nonetheless. So what I'm doing here is just kind of bringing that shade up onto my lid. And then this color here looks like a lot of fun. This is called Roulette. It's a really beautiful, like, metallic rust color, and I'm just getting that all over the lid. I feel like if you're one who's kind of into a peachy eye look, like this comes off as a rich peach. Now I'm going to play with this deepest brown, which is right over here. It's matte and it's called Dark Roast. And just with a flat brush, I'm going to add this in on my outer corner. And that color just really meshes in seamlessly with that warmer brown. If you're hearing noises downstairs, that's just Eve waking up at like 6 o'clock this morning, so Bub's gotta watch her. She's really tuning up now, so I guess there's no hope of her going back to bed. What should we do here on the lower lash line? I feel like I kind of want to keep that a little bit soft today. I'm going to take some of the darkest color, and I'm using an E21 smudge brush here, and I'm just giving myself a little bit of that color on the outer, maybe third of my lower lash line. And I'm just popping in my Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlight there in my lower inner rim. And then I'm just going to curl lashes and apply some Supersizer mascara. I'm just going to keep it a light look lash-wise today. I want to give my eyes a little break from the falsies. Here's my finished look, just kind of soft and natural, but still fun. And I really am satisfied with the eye palette. I feel like every shade in there is beautiful. It works well. It does what you think it's going to do. I think a person who's never tried Makeup Geek before and then just is exploring this brand in Target might try something like this and be completely thrilled. I also do kind of feel obligated to come at this review as someone who indeed does own a lot of eyeshadows and palettes, and if you're also in that boat and you have a lot of neutral palettes, these might be shades that you're already working with somewhere. But there's just a lot of different ways of looking at it, and you kind of have to make that call for yourself. Either you see the value in having a quad and you like the simplicity and the size and just the lack of decisions to have to make compared to a larger palette, or you think, I've just got these colors floating around everywhere, I don't need that. But if you are just questioning, is it good quality? Yes, I think it definitely is. Now the last two things that I got from the Target website are these lip colors. I got a plush cream and then I got a cream stain. So the difference in these two is in the texture, because I think the appearance, what comes off just to look at it from the outside looking in, they would appear to both be matte lip colors. This one just ends up maintaining sort of a smoothness on the lips, like a creaminess when you press your lips together, and this one kind of has more of that matte dry down. So I'm going to try on the plush cream for you. I got this in the shade BFF, and I thought it'd just be this nice kind of nudie, pinky nude type color. And I'll put it on for you and we can chat about it. It's an unusual texture in that it feels like kind of dry and obviously matte going on, but yet it does maintain this creaminess that never really, you know, fully dries down. For me, this color is really, really light, and it was kind of lighter than I was expecting it to come off. Like it's almost erasing my lips, but maybe adding in a hint of pink. For me to really like this color, I would layer up some sort of maybe slightly deeper gloss or maybe a little bit of a lip liner on top of it that could kind of give this look a little more definition and a little more contrast with the rest of my face. But it is a really interesting texture in that it does have this matte appearance, but yet it feels nice and creamy, and it does stay feeling that way. It's sort of an intriguing lip product, an intriguing formula to me, and it's something that maybe in a deeper color I might really enjoy. If I've said it once, I've said it 20 times. I'm really into glosses these days, but I'm trying to think about these products just for what they are, for what their goal is, and how well are they achieving it. And I must say the cream stain I think is really, really good. I have the color called Tango. I think it's an awesome color. As you'll see it go on, it's very full colored and it's thin on the lips. It doesn't provide a lot of weight, and it's that stay in place matte color. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. What's really interesting to me is that it goes on seeming more liquidy than the last one, but this is going to be the thing that sets and dries down. I could get quite a bit off of just one, you know, time pulling the applicator out, but I think I need a little more here. But is this not just the perfect summer statement type lip? I mean, it's bold, it's bright. If I am gonna wear a bright, bold color though, in terms of do I like it creamy, do I like it matte, I would go more toward wanting matte if it's gonna be really bright or also really dark, because I trust it more to hang on to my lips. And this is the kind of product that's gonna do that. It's not gonna be quick to transfer off. I mean, you can kind of pull a little color away from your lips if you're really trying, but there's definitely a nice thinness to the product. I felt like I wasn't having to build it up to reach this color by any means on my lips. It was very pigmented with just a thin amount, and then it ends up just not feeling like much on the lips, and so I do like that. Liquid lipsticks done right can be fine for me. There's just so many that I think have kind of gotten it wrong in terms of being too thick, too sticky, too whatever, and this is really, really good in that respect. Now you might be saying, well, what else did you end up with off of the actual Makeup Geek website? Well, I did get a few more lip products. I got the Cream Stain and Bunny Hop, which I noticed was not available on Target's website. So just FYI, you know, it's not only just certain products from the Makeup Geek line, but maybe just certain selections of shades from those things also. But just like this is very what you see is what you get in the tube on your lips, this one is very hot pink. I'm glad I have a couple of those because I think that's a nice formula to have in your bold statement colors. I also tried one of the iconic lipsticks. Love that it's in a slim tube, and I got the color called Shy, and this is gorgeous. This is a fantastic formula. There's a nice bit of thickness to it. There's definitely some shine. It's like an ideal, rich, pigmented cream lipstick. I would say there's a little more thickness to this than like a classic Revlon Super Lustrous cream lipstick. You know, as it goes across the lips, there's a little bit of cling, but it's so comfortable. And I feel like that color is just so, so perfect. So I'm very happy with the lipstick. And then I also got one of the foiled lip glosses in the shade VIP. And this is a really, really light, shimmery color. I knew that going in, and I thought this can be a lip topper, this can be, I don't know, something to just really have fun and transform different looks. And it reminds me so much of a classic gloss that I used way in the start of my channel from Jordana called Lovely. If you've been with me for the longest time ever, you know what I'm talking about there. I loved that gloss. This is kind of like Jordana Lovely all over again. It was very metallic, highly reflective, but when it wasn't in direct light, it looked like kind of a deep rose gold. I'm thinking about actually just, I don't know, was this a mistake? Should I have even messed with this color? But I'm putting a little bit of this here, and then I think I'm gonna just dab it in. We'll see. No, that's kind of cool. If you just tap it in, you know, you give anything a little extra dimension. You know, it doesn't look quite so flat. Although I think the flat matte look in a bright color like that is really beautiful too. But I'm excited, guys. This whole situation has definitely reinvigorated my love for Makeup Geek. If I were to pick like just a top 2 products, it would be the highlighter and the bronzer. Like, these were next level good. I feel like that highlight was just absolutely stunning on the cheeks, and the bronzer, maybe it's just this time of year, maybe it's my skin tone right now, I'm not sure, but it seems so perfect, so exactly right for me. So I really enjoyed the textures and just the look of those. The staying power of them is also really good. And close behind that would be the Tango Cream Stain. I love this color right now. Not saying I don't like the eyeshadows. It is what it is. It's a basic eye palette, and some of y'all are gonna feel like I'm loaded with that, and others might think that's the simplicity that I'm looking for. So it is quality-wise a great quad. And a well-selected grouping of shades because it lets you go deep enough. You know what I mean? If you don't have a deep enough shade in there, you can end up with kind of a murky mess, but you have not one, but 2 kind of deeper tones to play with alongside the shimmery shades. This larger palette that I got off of the Makeup Geek website, I think is gonna require maybe a little more experimentation from me because I haven't played with that bronzer a whole lot, but the blushes are pretty and I do like the highlight, although I don't love the tone of this as much as that single. And lip color wise, outside of the Tango Cream Stain, I really think the lipstick is absolutely beautiful from her line. Did not love the Plush Cream, mainly for the color, but I think it is a texture I might look into and try something else from. Pick it up at Target because, hey, it's convenient like that now. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it gave you a little insight on what's available now in Target stores from Makeup Geek. If you're not seeing it in your local Target store, you can access it through Target's website now, which is really cool. So thank you guys so much for your time, and I will see you next time. Bye.